Hi everyone, my name is Nikki and I'm going to be writing about too much screen time and social media. How many of us open the phone and before we know it, 30 minutes to an hour have passed by and we have lost a part of our life that we're never going to get back, and we probably weren't doing anything very productive. It's all too easy to get lost on our devices, on social media platforms, and I'm going to be talking about being addicted to social media and being addicted to the screen. It's unavoidable unless somebody moves off the grid and decides to live in a log cabin in the middle of the wilderness, but we can do things to prevent ourselves from being addicted, because there are many negative effects that can happen when you're addicted to social media and to the screen. A couple of things that can happen are mood swings, having major anxiety. It can lead to depression, suicidal thoughts, because cyberbullying is something that's very real and something that's very current today. Also, there is a loss in face-to-face interactions, people being a little awkward in social interactions, and people unable to communicate, verbally, and unable to hang out with one another and live in the moment without having their phone and posting about where they are, what they're doing, what they're eating, what they're wearing. And the number of selfie deaths have actually increased every year since the smartphone and social media has been popular. So a couple of things that we can do to prevent any of these things taking over our lives are not using our phone as an alarm clock, because then when the alarm goes on, we pick up our phone, and then before we know it, we're in bed looking at our emails, our social media accounts, and probably being late for school and work. Also, we can put a time limit on our apps to kick us off when we reach a certain time. We can allow ourselves a curfew to not be on our phone. We can set rules to not be on our phones during dinner time with your family, during a date with your significant other, and around our kids especially, because it's affecting them also. Young kids and teenagers, it's not just social media, but it's also kids on video games and watching YouTube. Their academics have been lowered in school, and their ability to write complete sentences and their attention span has been completely declined. The reason behind that is that everybody wants immediate gratification, and our use of critical thinking has decreased because of Googling everything and getting the answers to it very quickly. So once again, it's going to be unrealistic for me to say that we need to cut out the internet and social media completely, because we can use these platforms for good, but too much is not good. And so I'm going to take a rational approach to this, and thank you for listening.